College tennis around the South was alive and well in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and one reason was the feeder system, which in Atlanta was better known as a teaching pro named Jack Waters.
I guess I would say the key tennis professional in Atlanta of his day.
Absolutely achieved legendary status. Used to teach half a year here and the other half in Miami, and then full-time at the Piedmont Driving Club. He produced countless college players, countless captains of teams.
Camped out at the Piedmont Driving Club in Atlanta, Jack Waters oversaw the tennis development of 54 future college tennis players, 34 of those on scholarship, and 6 future touring pros. 4 of his students are enshrined along with him in the Georgia Hall of Fame. For the better part of a half-century, Jack Waters was the gold standard in on-court teaching.
I think he was a friend of all, and everybody looked up to him, not only as a tennis pro, but as a good citizen.
He had the ability to engender trust in his students, in him and in themselves. That's a great combination.
He was a gentleman's gentleman and a second father to many, but mostly he was a master motivator.
Every spring, I'd go out to my first lesson for the new year, and after the lesson, we'd sit down behind the court under the old shade tree, and Jack would look at me earnestly and say, "Joe, this is going to be your year. You're going to do great things this year."
He would say, "Tiger, this is going to be your year." And he was such a good psychologist, at least 90% of the young kids believed him. And many of them really had that kind of year.
Jack made you want to win and want to practice and to just be a good all-around competitor on the court and in life.
Jack could take a player out there and they could make 23 errors in a row, and Jack still patting them on the back and encouraging them to hit 10 more. So he was really an exceptional coach and had many good players that he developed over the decades.
He never married, and tennis was his life. And it wasn't an assistant pro hitting all those balls. It was Jack Waters feeding balls from 9 to 6 every day.
Tennis was Jack's life. Loved tennis, loved being around tennis.
I sat with him once and tried to calculate the number of balls he hit while he was the pro at the Piedmont Driving Club. And we started with the number of balls he hit in a lesson. Then it added up the number of lessons in a week and the number of lessons in a year. And we calculated that over his career at the Piedmont Driving Club, he hit 10 million balls during tennis lessons.
He was an interesting person to spend time with. You start there. You look forward to the lessons. You knew you were going to come away from those lessons a bit better, a bit more confident, and looking forward to the next lesson and ultimately the next match.
In 1984, Atlanta Magazine named him Atlanta's top teaching pro. His legacy was solidified in 1996 through the Jack Waters Endowment, which was instrumental in the career of up-and-comers on the pro tour like Brian Vahaley and Robbie Ginepri. Not bad for a simple man who just wanted to make men out of boys.
There was something about Jack's smile, his handshake, his constant encouragement, his enthusiasm for the game that rubbed off on me and lots of other folks. And yes, I wanted to become a tennis player. I wanted to become like Jack Waters.
Just immeasurable the impact he had on tennis in Atlanta. Even Danny Birchmore, All-American at Georgia, came from Athens to take lessons from him. Ham McGill came to Athens. Philip Johnson, who played #1 at Georgia, from Dalton, Georgia. Jack was his coach and pro. Jack loved Michael Pernfors, never coached him or taught him, but he loved tennis, followed tennis, and I don't think you can underestimate the impact Jack had on the world of tennis.
Jack Waters, a member of the Georgia Tennis Hall of Fame.